Hello and welcome back to another video, my fellow commandants. Today we'll be going over Void Mommy Ishmael Parhelion, one of the most anticipated characters in PGR. We'll be covering her kit, rotations, memories, team comp, and investments. But before all that, if you'd like to see these kind of videos, then leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of whenever I drop a new video. Now on to the guide. Ishmael, like Luna Oblivion, has a unique class all to herself. This class is called Observer, and what it does is actually pretty interesting. You see, the way she works, when you slot her in on a team, she will fit the role of either Amplifier or Tank, depending on what class is already on the team. So if you have Isla Kaleido, or any other Amplifier on the team, she will be a Tank. Or if you have a Tank like Nanami Star Trail or Wanshi Lucid Dreamer, she will fit the role of Amplifier. Now we're going to be aiming at having her be a Tank more often than not, as her Tank buffs far outweigh her Amp buffs. However, if you really have no Amplifier and you want to use her as an Amp, then you can 100% do such. Alright, let's give a brief breakdown of her kit before going into rotations. To start, Ishmael has a basic attack. You won't be using this ever. What you'll actually be using in place of her basic attacks is her dodge. Yeah, I know, I was shocked too. This is because her dodge is also an attack. Now in her normal state, dodging will obviously consume part of the dodge gauge. However, in her Dominator form, she will no longer consume dodge gauge. Instead, she will consume part of her core gauge and enhance her attack. Next up is orbs. She has standard blue and red orbs, blue only while in her Wanderer form, which is her base form, and red only in Dominator form. Yellow orb is special in that pinging it will trigger Forbidden Realm, enhancing her core passive's damage, and then it enters cooldown. To use her core passive, ping yellow to fill it up, or ping orbs in her Dominator state, and then rapidly tap dodge to consume portions of the gauge while in her Dominator state. Now the goal will be to obtain the collapse mark, signified by when the core gauge number turns purple. When it is, hold dodge to perform a kick and consume all stacks on her core gauge. Finally, her first signature move will let her enter the Dominator state, converting all blue orbs into red orbs. Dominator state is where the majority of her damage is going to be. Her second signature move will have her deal massive damage and go back to her Wanderer state, while converting all red orbs back into blue orbs. Now Ishmael's rotation will depend on whether or not you have signature weapon and have it resonated with deadline timing, as without DLT, you will only be able to get 2 rotations out per cycle. So, her rotation with signature weapon and deadline timing goes as follows. Switch in, blue orb, hold dodge, signature move 1, yellow orb, hold dodge, red orb, signature move 2, blue orb. After that, begin her second rotation. Signature move 1, tap dodge, red orb, tap dodge, signature move 2. And then her third, signature move 1, red orb, hold dodge, tap dodge until Sig is ready, signature move 2, and swap out. The rotation changes a bit without her signature weapon and deadline timing, and goes as follows. Switch in, signature move 1, yellow orb, tap dodge, hold dodge, signature move 2. Follow this with her second rotation, which is signature move 1, red orb, tap dodge, red orb, hold dodge, signature move 2, and swap out. Now these rotations are just what I found to be the most consistent, while having as much field time as possible without losing DPS. Ishmael has 2 different memory sets that I would recommend you build. One set for if you're running her as the tank, and the other set if you're running her as an amplifier. The tank set will consist of 4-piece Sothoth and 2-piece Kadi, with her weapon being harmonized with Kadi. For placement, have Sothoth on slots 1, 2, 3, and 5, and Kadi on 4 and 6. For memory resonances, Ghost at the tops to be any with attack, and bottom resos are going to be signature move. Now this is really the best general purpose set in my opinion and can work with everything you want. However, if you want a specific set for Amplifier Ishmael, you can run 4-piece Da Vinci and 2-piece Guinevere. Place Da Vinci on slots 1, 2, 3, and 5, and Guinevere on slots 4 and 6. Now you have two options for harmonization. If she's amplifying Void, harmonize Einstania. If she's amplifying any other element, harmonize Guinevere. For memory resonance, set the tops to be any with attack and bottom to be class passive. Like I said earlier, I strongly recommend prioritizing the first set over the second set, as her tank role is just way better than her amplifier role. Ishmael's primary team that you will run her on is obviously going to be the Void team with my darling wife Luna Oblivion. Now I did test to see how well the Void team would work without Luna, and truthfully it really doesn't work well at all. Luna is still a key figure in the Void team, so you will still want her. That said, the ideal Void team is going to be Luna Oblivion, Ishmael Parhelion, and your strongest amplifier. If you don't have an amplifier, like I said earlier, you can run Ishmael in that slot instead and run your strongest elemental tank, but I strongly advise using her as a tank over an amplifier. Void team aside, Ishmael is a bit of a special case, as she can effectively function as an elemental tank or elemental amplifier to literally any team as long as they aren't physical. However, she will not perform nearly as well as she would on the Void team. This is mainly because her element buffs are way less than her Void buffs, and because when you would swap on her, she's still only dealing Void damage. With that said, technically you can run her on any elemental team that isn't physical, but you will be coping until you get the proper team member. Free-to-plays rejoice. Once again, you have another character who functions quite well without super high investment. Free-to-plays at minimum should pull one copy and double S through Pancage. Her 5-star weapon will also work just fine. Low spenders, alongside what free-to-plays have, pull their signature weapon and aim to at very least get deadline timing on it for resonance. I've stated earlier why you want DLT, but I'll say it once more. Without signature weapon and DLT, she cannot do 3 rotations very smoothly, and is limited to only 2. Her double S3 is a higher priority than her Cub as well, since it enhances the effects of her observation notes and gives some nice quality of life. So if you have to pick between the two, pick her double S3, and only get Cub after if you can afford it. If you're wondering what her Cub does, it just provides some crowd control with damage buffs. Whales, triple S is your next priority, as per the usual. Triple S provides final basic quality of life and enhances her damage quite a lot, along with allowing Ishmael to provide the broken triple S tank passive that shortens swap cooldown times between characters, or the triple S amplifier passive that doubles the typical amplifier class passive. It depends on what role she's filling at the moment. This, combined with the effects of her observation notes being even further enhanced as well. For weapon resonance, prioritize deadline timing over everything else, since you want those 3 rotations. Then your second one will be domain deconstruction. The third and final weapon reso is completely up to you, but my personal recommendations are going to be superconducting axial ray or incandescence. Both are honestly super solid choices. Finally, for the Giga Whales, as usual, everything from triple S to triple S plus is just a massive damage increase to her signature move, orbs, and core passive in that order. Since her big damage comes from her signature move, you honestly could stop at triple S3 and just stop there. If you're a leg person, Ishmael is a must pull. Well, with the way she raises her leg and prepares to cave your skull in with her deadly kick. And if I wasn't committed to Luna biting me like she bites that apple, I would absolutely let her. Gooting aside, should you pull Ishmael Parhelion? Yes, it's really that simple. I've stated it once and I'll state it again. In my opinion, the Void team is simply so versatile that not having it is a massive L for you. Not just this, but the fact that she can function as a tank or amp for any team that isn't physical, at least till that spot is filled by the proper unit, well, that's kind of broken. It makes her such an important character to pull alongside Luna Oblivion that I think all players should go out of their way to get both of these lovely women. Well guys, that's gonna do it for this guide. If the video helped you, then drop a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of whenever I drop a new video. I have a Discord where new players can ask any questions they have, and all players can come over and chat with each other, so you should join it. With that everybody, have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll catch you on the next video.